Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody had a great weekend and so far having a great week and going into next weekend. I hope everything is going well. I hope business is going well. I know here in San Diego, it's slowed down a bit, primarily because our median sales price is at an all-time high and interest rates are going up. But sales are still being made. People are still looking at homes and interest rates are not bad. I mean, yeah, they've gone up from a couple of years ago, but when you look historically at interest rates and where they've gone, it's still excellent interest rates. And people just need to get adjusted to the fact that they're not going to get below 4% financing on mortgages. It's going to be right now, I think it's right around 4.5%, which is still phenomenal. I mean, those of you that are younger and are just getting into the business or have been into the business even in the last 5, 6, 7 years, you've had a good run of excellent interest rates. When I first got into the business, and I hate telling it like that, saying it like that because it makes me sound a little bit older. I can remember my first project and my first that I sold, and it was a condominium conversion for a developer here in San Diego. We were selling the project at 16, 17, 18% interest rates, and we sold it. Prices were way down, obviously, but interest rates were sky high, and I can remember how difficult that was, but it honed our selling skills, and everything worked out great. I was in a project up in the Hollywood Hills area, again, another condominium conversion in the early 80s. And we ended up selling that. And I can remember sitting in a sales meeting with our developer, telling them that if they could only purchase an interest rate commitment below 13%, we could sell the project. They ended up buying a loan commitment at 12 7/8%, and we sold the project. So, again, that was 12 7/8%, 30-year fixed rate type financing. So it can be done. You just have to know your product, know what's going on with interest rates and where it's headed and where it's been, and develop a dialogue with your client that will help educate them and make them feel more comfortable with the movement going forward in terms of purchasing property. Last week at our broker roundtable, Jeff Green and I discussed the importance of setting a business plan. 2019. Now is the time, and you're starting to see it more and more, even with the Tom Ferrys and the Brian Buffinis, talking about now is the time to start thinking forward to your goals in 2019. Take a look at the history of your business in the last couple of years. Where was it a couple of years ago? How many units did you sell? How many buyers did you represent? How many sellers did you represent with the listing? Take a look at your pattern of activity when you were getting listings, when you were helping and assisting buyers in purchasing property. And what you want to do is develop a business plan, because without a business plan, if you don't know where you're going to go, if, for example, today in October of 2018, if you're saying, I don't really know what I want to do next year in terms of how many homes I want to sell, how many buyers I want to represent, how many sellers do I want to represent, you're never going to get anywhere because you don't have a goal, you don't have a plan. And beyond the goal, you need to have the plan in place to talk about your activity. How are you going to go from today to achieving your goal in 2019? What will be your daily activity? What are going to be your review process on your plan to know how successful you are, to know if you're on schedule to meet your goals or not, and what adjustments, if you're not on schedule, what adjustments do you have to make in your program and in your activity to make sure you do achieve those goals. So now is the time to set your goals. Now is the time to set your business plan and how you're going to work your activity through your business plan to achieve the goals you're setting for yourself. Set high goals. If you sold 5 or 6 homes this year and you have 5 or 6 sides to each of your transaction, and now you want to sell 10 or 12 in 2019, that's great. So now what are you going to do? If selling 12 homes next year is your goal, or whether 15 is your goal or 20 is your goal. Your goal is you and what you want to accomplish. What type of timing are you going to put into your business to achieve whatever your goal might be? Set the plan. The plan is the daily activity you're going to do Monday through Sunday as to how you're going to accomplish that goal. What are you going to do in the morning hours of the weekdays? What are you going to do in the morning hours of the weekend? What are you going to do in terms of scheduling your day off? Because scheduling a day off is as important as scheduling yourself to walk your farm or to make cold calls or to make communication with your existing clients, touches, whether it's an email, whether it's a phone call to a previous client. All of those activities are important. Social media, what are you going to do with social media in 2019? What are you going to do in terms of your personal contacts? So again, set that business plan. Be detailed. Know what you're going to do. And then once you've set that goal, you want to do a start, stop, continue type review throughout 2019 of your business plan. Stop. Take a look at your activity level. What activity are you doing throughout the year that's not resulting in a good turnout, a good reaction, a good response? If you're doing an activity you're not getting a good response back, and it's not creating, whether it's leads, whether it's sales, whether it's anything, stop doing it. There's no reason to continue doing an activity that's not paying you back. So you stop those. Start. Constantly, again, review your plans. Constantly look at your competitors. Know what your competitors are doing marketing-wise. There may be a few things out there that you see a competitor doing that you say, God, that's a great idea. Now, if I just tweak it, I can create more of my personality into this marketing idea and make it more effective. So again, you're constantly reviewing your marketing, you're constantly reviewing your sales activity, and you're adjusting it so that, one, you're stopping what's not being productive for you, and you're starting brand new activity, that new ideas that have come to you, new concepts that you have found out about, and you're going to try those to see if they take the place of the non-activity response and help create a better business flow for you, a more successful business flow for you. And then continue. Whatever it is you're doing today that's working, you're getting clients, you're getting sales, you're getting listings, obviously continue that. Take a look at that, analyze it, figure out what it is you're doing in your listing presentation that's going so well. What is it with your buyer presentation that's going so well? And develop that and continue that. Setting up buyer and listing presentations. Constantly review those two. Those are two very, very important aspects of your business. In my opinion, today, your buyer presentation is very important from the point of view of interest rates. Interest rates are going up right now. Median sale prices are up right now. So you need to develop a buyer presentation that you're going to instill confidence in your client that now is the time to move forward. Every time is a good time to buy real estate in California. Here in San Diego, every time is a good time to buy real estate in San Diego. Prices go up, yes. Are you buying at the top of the market? I doubt it. Market continues to grow here. Demand to live in San Diego, Southern California as a whole is always a high demand. So your properties will sell. Interest rates are still excellent. Yeah, they've gone up. It looks like they may go up again in December. Be prepared for that. Talk to your lender of choice. Find out what they're expecting to happen in December. They are talking about it too. So they have a game plan. They have ideas, and they have information that they can share with you that will help you prepare your buyer as to what's coming up. To help, buyers get into a point, they say, well, I'm going to wait and see what happens in December. Well, interest rates could come down, I guess, but It's not projected. Everything I read, everything I hear about says interest rates are going to be increasing. So, again, you get with your lender, figure out what their anticipation is, and then develop a presentation for your buyers that will at least alert buyers to the fact that, hey, there could be another bump coming up. I'm preparing you for it. So when it happens, you're not shocked that it happened. Again, if buyers are prepared and they're well coached by you, they'll expect that nothing like that nature will detract them from their point and goal of buying a home. Stretch yourself. If you've been selling 5 or 6 or 7 homes a year for a while now, or whatever your number is, add a few to it. Add another 5 or 6 to it. 6 added sales next year to what your history shows. That's only 1 every other month. You can do that. You should be able to do 1 a month. I know getting business is difficult, but if you go out there and work for leads, look for leads, they'll come to you. If you're out there, you're smiling, you're being positive, join clubs you like. If you like to play golf, if you like sports cars, if you like to play tennis, if you like to read, if you belong to a sewing club, get yourself in front of people. We're all in this business because we like our personality. And we communicate and get along well with other people. Use that strength you have so that you can get out and meet new people, develop a sense of confidence that they'll have with you, and let them know, hey, I'm in real estate. You don't beat them over the head with that fact, but you let them know. And that way, after a short period of time of knowing you, you will find that people will come to you and say, hey, Tom, what do you think of interest rates? I hear rates are going up. How do you think that's going to affect the sale market, the resale market in San Diego? Boom, have a dialogue for that. Be prepared for it. You don't have to recite it. Have a planned presentation, not a canned presentation. So you want to be able to talk about the market in your area with a sense of confidence and knowledge, and that'll evoke confidence in you by other people just by listening to you and watching how you respond to those type of questions, and people will gravitate to you. An example of that, the other day, I'm having knee surgery on Monday, and I was going through a pre-op appointment, and one of the nurses and I were talking, and she said, what is it you do? And I said, I'm in real estate, I'm a broker. And she said, oh, my daughter's looking for real estate. And so we started going back and forth, and she said, what do you suggest? And so she and I were talking about interest rates, and I, said, hey, listen, rates are going up, but, look at you and look at me. We've seen a whole lot higher interest rates. I can remember the day where people would just pray if interest rates would be 7 or 8%. Now we're down at 4.5%. So, we were laughing and talking about different areas of San Diego that, she wanted to be in or didn't care to be in, and just developed a great communication. Now, I'm not in production, but if I were in production, I would have my card with me. I would say, hey, just have your daughter give me a call. I'd be happy to talk to her and give her, any insights I might have and answer any questions that she might have. In fact, the nurse said, hey, I'll see you, when you're having your surgery. So I'll make sure I stop by after the surgery, see how you're doing. And if I have any other questions on real estate, I'll let you know. So, again, it's just being out there, being friendly, not pushing yourself, not trying to do a close all the time, just trying to be helpful, being friendly to people. So that's what you want to do. Call your broker. When you develop your business plan and you've gone through it, and you've decided that, hey, this is the game plan I want. These are the goals I've set for myself. This is how I'm going to go forward. Call your broker and say, hey, Tom, or Jeff or Omar, and say, hey, or Steve, and just say, hey, guys, what do you think? What do you think of my goal? And I've developed enough business plans in my life for production, as well as the other brokers, that we can go forward and we can help you. We can say, hey, you might want to tweak this a little bit. You want to put a little more emphasis on getting in front of people to develop that type of rapport with people. Face-to-face rapport, in my eyes, is the best way to go. You want to get in front of people, let them see you, let them see your personality, let them see that they can trust you, that they can have confidence in you in making the biggest purchase of their life. again, it's important to review your plans, to not develop a business plan in January and say, I'm going to do this come hell or high water for the rest of the year. Constantly review that plan. If there's an activity not paying off for you, stop it. You know, as I've said before, stop it and look for new tactics. Look for new activities that will be more responsive in terms of building your business. The best time to do that, and the reason I'm talking about it now, the beginning of October, this is the month. October 2018 is the month for you to develop your 2019 goals, your 2019 plans. And the reason you want to develop it in October, and the reason I'm talking about it now, is because once you've developed that goal, once you've developed that business plan, you want to make sure that you get started with your 2019 goals in November of 2018. Why November of 2018 for 2019 goals? Because that gives you 14 months to achieve those goals. So if you set your goals for 2019 and get your business rolling in November of 2018, you want to make sure that you're giving yourself a couple of extra months to reach that goal. And if you reach that goal, say in June of 2019, reset the goals, you know, for the second half of the year. But again, by doing it now, by setting your goals, you're going to get clearly in your mind exactly what goals you're going to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish those goals. And then again, starting in November 2018, you're going to give yourself 2 extra months to achieve what those goals are. So again, building a business is vitally important. And in order to achieve success with your business, which is vitally important, setting a business plan is a must. Setting goals are a must. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to have no idea what's going to happen next year. It's too easy to be a flake and back off them. You say, I don't want to do that today. If you have a goal, if you have a business plan, you know what you're going to do that day, and you know what you have to do that day to hit the end result, hit the end goal. Real estate is a great business. It can be very financially rewarding and actually personally rewarding in terms of friends and community and groups that you might become a part of. Take advantage of everything this business has to offer. It's a great career. And some of my best friends today are former clients of mine that we've been friends for years and years and years. So, you know, again, develop that plan, develop those goals, and talk to your broker about it. And I wish you the best of success in 2019. Both myself as well as all the other brokers will be available to you throughout the year to help you, to answer questions about it. And if you have an activity that's not working out well, again, call your broker. Let's brainstorm this. Let's change that activity so we can make it more profitable. I hope this has been a help of you. If anybody has any questions on anything I said, please feel free to reach out to me. Have a great rest of the week. Thank you.